Mic check. Oh, it's working. Yeah.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning, Julia.
All right. I saw you across the room and I just had to get your social security number.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. I just want to let you know.
Thank
Thank you, Derek.
Welcome back to 94.7 The Way.
This is Little Spider wanting to say, I love you, little puppet. And I hope you get out soon. And yes, I'm a guy.
What was that?
Because you know how 95.5, they have like a certain section where they give out shoutouts. If you ever pay attention, they have shoutouts where they're like,
the
cholo fucking thing.
what's his name?
I don't remember.
I have his name right here. Fuck. The oldies guy.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if that joke didn't make sense.
I forgot his name. He's like, hey baby, I just want to let you know that I love you.
Yeah.
I miss you and thank you for everything. I'll see you later tonight. That was little Bato in East LA saying he loves. Fuck, what's his name?
I don't know. You have a fucking computer. You can look this shit up. I have a phone, so I'll look it up right now.
Look it up while I start the show. What's going on, party people? Welcome. What's going on?
Welcome.
That's the name of the
Welcome.
podcast. What is going on with you? What's going on with us?
Welcome.
A lot of stuff is going on. What's on my mind? I have bunny ears.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! I just realized that was good.
You thought it was,
I like that. I was like, what the fuck?
As always, I'm Anthony Corona with my guest here, Angel Tenorio, aka Pokemon, aka Lucifer's Hoe, aka Curly Bitch.
Or you could just call me Daddy. It's fine.
You know, whatever works for you, whatever you like. Rape Master. Up here is my lovely girlfriend, Andrea. Andrea, say hi. Woo! So welcome. Hope you guys are having a great rainy day. I see we have Derek and Nathan on here. Bill Cosby could not join us today, but he might come next week.
He might.
We're talking to his publicist. See if we can do a live stream from church. If he makes it. I mean, from church. I mean, from church too.
Imagine he goes to prison. He's like, "Thank you all for your Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna continue this. That's not a good joke.
Dude, what if he comes out like super reformed? He's like, I'd like to thank the Jesus.
The spirit's inside of me.
I realized I was doing a lot of wrong things.
You see, kids, I was trying to teach these girls how to reach Jesus by giving them drugs.
You see, I went to the store where they give the cookies, and the guy gave me the wrong set of cookies.
Fucking
And it works. But it's been raining the last couple days. I hope you guys have all been very well, keeping yourself warm, keeping safe, dry. How have you been handling the weather lately? Oh, you got like a whisker. Oh shit. How'd that get? It was an eyelash.
Oh shit. The weather's been. I enjoy the rain.
You like the.
I really enjoy the weather. It's just the only bad thing about the rain is that it makes my hair really poofy and curly. So like I have to have it like in a bun and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's terrible sometimes, I guess. But I manage.
I'm glad I don't have long hair anymore. I sometimes like it. Like I think back, I'm like, fuck. I miss whipping my hair and like it flowing in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
But I just hate the maintenance.
The upkeep is terrible.
Like you can't sleep. Like if it's in a ponytail, you have to like
adjust yourself. Well, long curly hair. Because the bad thing is that once you lay on your hair, like it gets flat, it stretches out, it looks terrible the next day, and it gets more frizzier, and it.
It's so specific too, because like if you're gonna go out, you have to shower, and if your hair is down, once you put it up, that's it. It's over.
Yeah,
it doesn't go back to its beautifulness. But I just want to take a quick. You know what does stay beautiful though? This bread from El Gallo Bakery. Just wanted to thank our sponsors for the bread. Bread's all super great, and yeah.
Where is this place located at, Tony?
It's on between Ford and McDonald on Cesar Chavez in the city of East LA. Go in there, tell them that Anthony sent you. Use my promo code What's up, homie? What's going on? And they'll give you nothing off because this isn't a real sponsor. Sometimes you even wake up with your hair choking you or wrapped around your neck.
That's called BDSM.
I don't know what you're into, man. Hasn't happened to me.
I don't believe in self-harm, but you do you, I guess.
Angel, whatever you do behind closed doors.
Look, man, you show me that picture of that butt plug of Pikachu, I would do what I want.
I want to show the people. Okay, so he loves Pokemon.
I love Pokemon.
He loves butt plugs.
I love butt plugs.
And then I got this, and I just thought it was really fun. I sent it to him like
earlier today.
Maybe. If I got it for you, would you give it to like your girlfriend? Would you make her wear it?
Obviously, yeah. If I have one, of course.
Yeah.
He's like, babe, you want to cosplay?
Guess what goes where? Yeah, really off the cuff stuff. But anywho's,
I'm really surprised you came across that. Well, where did you find that? You're just scrolling
on Instagram.
That's just pretty funny then.
I follow a lot of accounts, a lot of meme accounts, and
it's the only thing that brings us joy.
Oh my god. Oh, geez.
Everybody's sending you that fucking video, or what?
Huh?
Everybody's reacting to that video.
Yeah, I've gotten like a couple things, but I realized my sister's on like she's has me, so she's gonna tell me something for sure.
It's gonna be funny though.
Yeah,
the point is, it was a joke. So,
but what people are saying is like, oh, I know you guys didn't really kiss, but that was funny.
It was pretty funny. I'm telling you, man, if you would have got the reaction.
Oh, I know. I like obviously I stopped. We didn't kiss. But Andrea saw us and she's like, no! Like she came and got my head like, no. It was funny. It was funny.
Fucking Anthony.
We thought we were gonna kiss. I mean, you know, all of a sudden.
Dog, I fucking love just plain black coffee.
Me too. I tried to do like milk or whatever, creamer.
Mm-hmm.
I tried half and half. I just like it black, straight black. You know why I like it though? Honestly, I just like the shits.
Well, yeah, it's like a natural laxative or something like that. So imagine you have like a really important business meeting going on. You're like, oh, I need to stay awake. I'm excited for this fucking black dog. I'm excited for. Sorry, that joke completely made me forget what I was talking about right now. Anyways, what's the topic for today, Tony?
Shitting in an important business meeting.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
It actually has happened when I was working at a studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was coffee related, but I know I had an upset stomach, and I have this superpower where I can say I have a big fart, I can like clench it and like doot, doot, doot. So like only like it comes out in portions instead of just one big. I can do the whole or just bloop, 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 and you know, it's like a silencer almost. I can make them silent. And I was like, okay, oh man. And I in the meeting, I basically sharted. It was like a little, I was like, oh, that was liquidy. That was thick. Like, oh fuck, I sharted. Mm-hmm. So I just clenched the whole time until the end of the meeting. Yeah, I stained my underwear a little bit, but it wasn't like a huge shit.
That's pretty fucking.
It was just a little like.
Extra thick.
Oh, why how'd you do that? That's cool. Extra thick. This will get you a scholarship to Harvard for real. Yeah. But yeah, so topics today is they're over here. That's right. Would you do porn? Would you do porn?
That's a
actually okay. Well, first off, would you do porn? Yes or no?
Would I do porn? Fuck, I'm thinking way too much on this right now. Would I do porn?
First thing that comes to your mind, yes or no? Ready, go. No?
I'll say no.
I
don't think the money that they give, I don't think it's worth the lifetime of not ready to, but just that lifetime of like people just knowing like That's
Knowing
what
your
you're known
business.
for. That's the only thing they fucking care about. And I'm just like, nah. fuck that.
How much money would you take in order to do porn? Like, okay,
Well, it has to be in the millions for me.
millions?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah. Like, if I'm gonna give up my ass, I might as well make
Whoa.
sure.
Whoa, I didn't say doing anal or anything.
Hey, man, you know.
I
But,
see where you roll. I see where you stand. So
But-
millions. How many million? Like 1 million?
like, I'm willing to settle for 1 million, I suppose. But as long
What would
as
you do?
what would I do?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's a good question. Now, shit. What's the limit?
This is an interesting topic, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
curious.
You gotta keep this shit popping, man. That's how you catch the
yeah,
people.
shit, son.
If I
I'd do it
would,
for a hot meal, to be honest.
no, but if I do porn, I do want to make sure like I get paid extremely, extremely well, because that's a lifetime like resume that's on the internet forever. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no one's really gonna care because there's so fucking much porn out there. I highly doubt I'm gonna stick out, but if that ever does happen, yeah, I want to make sure I get fucking paid for it. All right, because then in the end, the other side is that people always make money off of this shit. Like, they make more than what they would have given me. So if they give me $1 million, they're
True.
gonna make more than that.
True,
shit.
true.
So why not?
Because they
get-
make the residuals.
yeah, fuck that. If they're gonna use me and keep on using me and make more millions after that video is made, I want to make sure I get fucking paid. So yeah,
That's a really good point.
if I do it, I want to
Fuck,
make
dude.
Think
That's-
about it this way: that fucking Stormy Daniels chick, you could talk all the shit that she wants, but that's her fucking career, and she knows that shit. And she was able to get like what over $150,000
Oh, the
from
hush
a
hush money?
fucking president, dog. Like,
He wasn't a president at the time, though.
he wasn't, but still, the current president right now of what he is, like, he still did that shit. So even if, like, of course, back to porn, I would do it, but I want to make sure I get fucking paid for it, because Stormy Daniels is doing the most fantastic thing ever. She's marketing herself, so she's getting more recognition, unfortunately, in porn,
Yeah.
but she's making more money. That's how she's able to get more shit,
I feel
So-
like a lot of porn stars are getting really mainstream.
They
They're
are,
getting popular.
because of the.
that's so crazy.
I feel like porn stars or just like seductive profiles are being more advertised.
Yeah, that's true.
through,
Sex is everywhere.
Through, well, yeah, it's always gonna be, but
Damn.
I'm noticing it a lot more, like, well, in Instagram and Twitch, unfortunately.
That's why
but-
you guys are on Twitch all the time. I'm watching you, Derek. I'm watching you. You're probably smiling right now, blushing. Nathan's laughing, looking at you. I'm watching you. Hands above the covers, all right? Hands above the covers.
It was funny. Where'd my pillow go?
Oh shit. Fuck, dude. I don't think I'd be able to do porn.
Do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel it's forced? Do you feel empty? Because
I-
a lot of guys fucking always talk out of their ass. Yeah, I'll do porn. Fuck all these bitches. My dick's the best. Blah, 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 blah. But once they get on that fucking screen, their dick is like shorter and limp than my pinky.
I think that would be me. I'd be too like, there's too many people here. Like, I would rather just, my love and I. I think maybe I would have done it if I was younger, but nowadays it's not appealing to me. It doesn't catch my interest. Even if I got a ton of money, the same thing. I'd be like, eh.
Would you do homemade amateur porn?
Well, actually, I know Pornhub does have that
They do.
the community where you
Yeah.
can do that, and it's like YouTube. You
Yeah.
get revenue off of that.
Mm.
Fuck! I would do it in a way where nobody knows where it's filmed. They don't recognize the space, so if they do walk in, they're like, "Oh my god, nice place."
So you want to make sure, if you ever do,
I just want my identity.
okay, you want to keep it more private.
Yeah.
Well, going back to what you're talking about, yes, we know this because I assume.
I mean, I don't watch porn.
Mhm.
But, a friend told me.
But I know
Actually, I haven't watched porn in a long time too.
that's funny. What were we talking about right now? Oh yeah, that whole Pornhub community bullshit. But yeah, there's a lot of people that do that they go into porn hoping to get money, kind of similar to YouTube, and it works out. So I guess if you're into like amateur homemade porn, then just make sure you do it to the point where you're secretive about your identity.
Would you feel comfortable dating an active porn star?
Oh, that's tough because everybody needs love, but I feel it'll be difficult to date a porn star because sex is a part of a relationship, and because you're girl, your partner is into the porn industry, they're not gonna want to have fucking sex because then that's just work. Let alone you're not gonna be the best ever. So like that's a
know.
lot to take in. I guess I don't know, man. Like that's hard. I would date one, but as a serious relationship, that's really difficult.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
I think if it was a fling, I'd be like, yeah, but I don't think I would.
Mm.
I'd probably nah. It wouldn't last long. It'd probably be like, no, this is fun and all, but I don't think I would take it seriously.
How many kisses you kiss?
Imagine how many diseases you'd get if you kissed Mia Khalifa. Well, porn stars they have to get checked every 2 weeks by whoever hires them. They have to they have to have proof that they had they got tested every 2 weeks. If they don't have it, they don't hire them.
Like they're not dirty. Well, at least I assume they're not dirty about it.
Oh, they're fucking a lot of
Yeah.
different people, on and off camera. But yeah,
But they never miss, huh?
I fucking love that. Jesus. Anyways, next question. Next topic. So I wouldn't do porn. Not for a lot of money or whatever.
I would do it, but I need to get fucking paid for that shit. I am not gonna get used and abused.
Oh man, and then you would have your long hair too.
Hey, I'm the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, maybe I should do this.
You can
shit.
do so many categories too.
I could probably do this.
She-males. You know.
She-males. The fuck?
Fucking
Mitchell comes out of nowhere. Hey man, so I heard you're into porn.
dude. All right.
You have to watch the other podcasts to understand this joke, so you better watch the previous ones, all right?
So speaking of porn, when did you first kiss somebody? When was your first kiss?
Mine was in middle school. I think during 7th grade. I think it was with a female. I can't say the name because I think it's rude to say their names.
Do I know her?
Maybe.
You were in what grade?
7th grade.
7th grade. Oh shit! That was when you had your first kiss.
Mhm.
I think I met you when you were in 6th, 7th.
No, based on what I remember, we met when I was a freshman.
Oh, that's right. That's
So-
right. Yeah.
But on 7th grade was the first time 3 black dudes had me shot. Sorry.
Three black-
Fuck, what was I talking about?
Your first kiss, 7th
Yeah.
grade,
Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
and her name was
I can't say the name.
Gosh, shit! I thought it was gonna work.
But my first kiss was in 7th grade. It was very awkward because I didn't know what the fuck to do. It's not like I prepared for this shit or saw videos as to what to expect. I might have seen movies, but still, like that's not enough to go based on. So my first kiss was very awkward. So of course, when I was kissing this person, I wasn't using my tongue, but yet my mouth was fucking open. So we're like
Oh,
that. It wasn't like close pecking or anything. It was just it was just like. And then as we were doing that, I didn't know like what to do during that situation.
you dumb and dumbered her.
What? Oh yeah, pretty much. And then and during that moment, I really didn't know what to do. So like a fucking creep, I had my eyes open
Dude, you were just like,
because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Well, it's not like
did she have her eyes open
I don't,
or he?
I don't remember. I can't recall, but I know at least for me, it was open mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth were hitting each other. Like
Oh,
we
man.
would bump teeth. I'm telling you, it was very awkward. My eyes were open because I was like, am I doing this right? But that was my first kiss, and I'm glad I had that moment because it always makes me laugh every time when I think about it.
Oh man, dude, my first kiss.
Oh man, that was terrible. I'm better now, so I hope I'm better now.
Dude, I was a little kid when I had my first kiss.
Yeah, what happened?
I was little.
I want to know.
I don't know how old I was. I was like somewhere in elementary.
Mhm.
But I didn't look for the kiss. So I had a neighbor where I used to live.
Mhm.
We were the same age. She lived like 2 houses down the street. We would play all the time. Dude, I want to say we were like maybe, I don't know, man, 1st or 2nd grade.
Oh fuck.
I don't know, dude. It was crazy. But so she's like, "Oh, let's go to the back, like the back of my house, her house." I'm like, "Okay." You know, we used to, because there was like a back patio and a front patio, and we would all the neighbor kids would play in either their house or my house, or the middle person's house, because it was a bunch of kids, so we would play all the time.
Okay.
And we go to the back, and we would always like peck. We would always kiss. She was like my girlfriend or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. But we go to the back.
You know,
and then,
whatever. She's my girlfriend, but whatever.
No, like
I just thought it was
yeah,
really funny.
yeah. And then we're back there, and then she's like, take off your shirt, and I'm like, what? Like I was kind of like I didn't know what to do. I was kind of scared, and I take my shirt off, and then she takes her shirt off, and she's like lay down, and I lay down, and then she gets on top of me, and she starts kissing me, but like tongue and everything, and I'm just like, something's gonna happen. Like what's happening? I didn't know what was going on, but I knew I was like really excited. I was like, this feels amazing, but I felt super scared too because I was.
What grade were you?
I don't know. I just know I was super young. Like looking back now, if I were to walk in on that and see two little kids like
acting that way,
I'd be like, what the fuck? It was trippy. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, hey, look, it's Matthew. But yeah, dude, like she got on top of me. She started making out with me, and I was like, we were shirtless. She was a little girl, dude. I was a little boy, and it was just weird. It was super awkward. But
holy fuck, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
That was my first kiss.
Wait.
And then I didn't kiss anybody till like 6th grade. Which was like, teeth just clink. Same thing. Even when her and I first kissed, it was awkward. Oh, yeah. Andrea.
I'm sorry, I'm not even ignoring you.
¿Te acuerdas nuestro primer beso?
Sí.
It was awkward. It was super awkward.
Why?
Because our teeth hit.
Really? On the first try?
Yeah. It was awkward. Like, we went for a jog, and then we went for a jog, and did you fart?
No.
Oh.
I was making fun of myself.
We went for a jog, and then we were holding hands, and I saw her, and I was like, and I kind of leaned up against the wall, and I was like, and I grabbed her by the hips, and I pulled her towards me, and then we're looking at each other. There's that pause, and we both went in for it, but we both went clink. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. And we're just like, let me try it again, and it was just like, I was going right, she was going left, like. It was really awkward at first, but now we have it perfected pretty well.
I'm glad that you guys practice. You see, everything isn't perfect the first time.
Yeah.
So don't give up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the story of this. I'm glad we started talking about porn, so we could come out with a positive outcome.
Yes. And I would say, don't over idealize relationships where they're like, oh, it's gonna be perfect forever. It's gonna be blah blah blah. Like you can grow feelings for somebody you don't like. You can start off really rocky and get really good, and vice versa. But yes, and
so always work on it, practice.
Yeah,
and
just work on it.
Stay consistent. Yeah.
You know what's funny, dude? Our audience is my nephews and their friends, and they're all like high school kids.
That's cool.
Huh?
Like,
we have a younger demographic. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hello.
I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate you, motherfucker.
So you guys want to buy some jewels?
Don't do drugs. No.
I'm joking.
Let's see. Oh, actually, well, the teacher strike. You guys are in school. You guys went to school today.
Oh,
what do you guys
nice.
know about this?
Yeah, I do. I really do. No.
Yeah. So as far as I know, what the teacher strike is, LAUSD says that they don't have enough money to pay their teachers.
I know how I could fund them. Jewels.
Jewels. Jewels to the students. Jeez.
Sorry.
Ugh, education flavored or what? They want more money. Where would you like to start off, Mr. Tony? Honestly, I don't really know what's going on. I was thinking of going to the school and interviewing them, and they want to get paid more. I think teachers are the most undervalued in society because they teach kids. Kids grow up to be teachers, and people who run the everything. So I think everybody should have equal access to good education. Yeah, because we run everything, and there's too many stupid people in the world. If everybody was educated, it'd be a lot better. But I guess that's the situation. They want more money. They say they don't have money, but they're giving themselves bonus checks. Oh my god! Did you know that my 5th grade teacher,
She does porn.
no, my 5th grade teacher, Robert Fierro, he was the 5th grade teacher, and then the next year, like my year was the last year he was a teacher,
Oh shit.
and then he got into politics,
Oh fuck.
and he worked. He was in the City of Commerce,
Nice.
and then I think he moved to Bellflower.
Okay.
But remember when
Oh, they did that corruption.
he was part of that?
No fucking
He was
way.
part of it.
Oh
Dude,
fuck.
he went to I remember I was in college or high school already. I don't remember when this happened,
Uh-huh.
but I remember I was looking through my email. You know how they have the news on Yahoo, or I used to have Yahoo at that time.
Uh-huh.
And then teachers arrested or people arrested for whatever Bellflower embezzlement. They took like 3 billion from the school, and like each of them had like over 100 million from themselves
But he got caught.
that they stole.
How did they get caught, by the way?
I don't know the details, but I remember the picture that they had was him getting arrested, like getting pulled out of his home, and he had his head down,
Mhm.
and it said his name, and I was like, oh, Robert Fierro. Oh, that's funny. I had a teacher named Robert Fierro.
It was actually.
And then I looked at it, and they showed the mugshots, and I was like, oh my god, this is my teacher. That's
crazy.
so crazy, dude. That's fucking insane.
Oh
It's
my
kind of cool. He was
God.
such a cool teacher. He
Wait,
was such a cool teacher. He would always give me
money.
actually he would give me money.
Oh fuck.
Like, no, that kind of explains a lot. He had a lot to give. No, he would always be he'd always drink a gallon of water a day. He was strict, but he was nice. He was
Okay.
fair. Like, you respected him. From my memory, he was a cool guy. He wouldn't cuss, but he was very he was fun.
Okay.
And then after school, I would help him like clean the board. He would give me a quarter or $1, and I would get chips or like
That's pretty
raspados or whatever. So he was cool. Like he would punish me in front of the class, like if I got in trouble, and then after class he'd be like, "Come on, man, why are you messing around? Like, don't do that shit." And then or like. I remember one time I forgot what they were giving, and I was in trouble at the time. So he's like, no, you can't have any, and I wouldn't get it. But then he'd be like, and then after class he would give me like a candy bag or whatever they were giving out. So he was cool. He was a cool guy.
So 2 things. We were talking about the teacher strike earlier,
Mhm.
and then Matthew was talking about how there's different reasons asked
Holy
for the strike.
shit!
Obviously, it's gonna have to do with funds to pay the teachers, to give them funds for materials for classes, and of course, hopefully, to build better, I guess, classes to hold more students. So of course, that's gonna be a lot of different things that they're gonna try to fix. Just hope that they come to a solution soon, so that way it could continue the ball and nobody gets fucked over. So thanks, Matthew, for pointing that out. That really does help out a
What
lot.
do you imagine?
Matthew said that.
Wow, 40
yeah.
to 50. That's a lot.
It's always been like that. It's in Garfield, no?
What I remember we would have like 30.
Oh.
I don't know about 50, but
Oh shit! Well,
that's a lot. Yeah, I remember I remember seeing a banner today because I went to pick up Nathan after
Mhm.
school because it was raining. And one of the banners said, "Kids deserve smaller classes." So they want more pay, less kids. I wonder what they would need though, because that means they would need more classrooms, more space for those classrooms.
And
Obviously, they have to pay each one fairly.
so of course, the strike is for funds for school benefits of materials and classes, to pay teachers respectfully for what they owe, because it's not enough. And
my 5th grade teacher threatened to strangle us one time. I almost pissed myself, low key. Why? What happened?
what grade were you in?
Yeah, who was your teacher? Did you report me? Did they touch you?
Is she into porn?
Oh god.
That's funny.
Another reason is that the nurses in some schools, a school in Westlake, South Castro, was shot up.
Her name
2
was
wounded both
Miss-
kids. The teacher saved the student's life, but when he asked for the nurses, she's not there. Oh, got it. Because she works for. Oh, I see.
because there's not enough funds, they can't pay for
Yeah.
health benefits.
Kids these days are pussies.
But you know what's take a bullet like a fucking American.
Yeah. We used to fight. You know how we settle shit on the freaking playground? We fought. and it was honorable. It's like, hey man, blah 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 blah. What are you gonna do about it? Fight. That was it. And then we became friends. We started businesses together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave him my kidney.
No, I was such a pussy growing up though. I remember I went to one school and then like the beginning of 4th grade, I transferred to Brooklyn right here. And my first day, this we were playing dodgeball and it was my turn. And then he took, he's like, fuck nah, I'm playing. And I was like, I was such a pussy, dude.
That's okay.
I didn't fight until I didn't get into my first fight until 6th grade. And then I started learning how to fight with my dad. And then MMA. And then that time I kicked what's his name's ass?
Oh,
John?
I think that's his name.
Ah, that was a cool fight. I felt like such a badass.
Well, yeah, man, that was like your fucking honor right there. That shit was terrible. What,
Oh, yeah.
what Melissa did. Like,
I regretted it.
Melissa, if you're still watching this podcast, you're a good person.
Thank you for what you taught me. You taught me to respect myself
Yeah.
and not, whatever. And you taught me hoes ain't shit. Hoes ain't nothing but
Hoes and tricks. No, wait.
tricks. Bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You're. I enjoyed the time we had. Thank you. But go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It was just
No.
a shitty moment.
That was not cool. But thank you for telling me. Thank you for being up front. It's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me. I learned a lot about myself. Learned to love myself. And to make myself happy. Not you. Talking about an ex. She cheated on me with my friend. I ended up kicking his ass. And yeah. I regretted it right after though. It was Christmas and everyone got like a bag of pencils and the book, and it was wrapped in plastic, and everyone was making noise grabbing. And she stood up. I'm gonna fucking choke you.
Fucking Angel said that I only go to the nurse when I want water because that's all they give. Wait, that's the only place you can get water in your school?
What the fuck? They don't have water fountains?
Well, would you drink from the water fountain? I wouldn't.
Where do you think she's getting it from?
Bottle water?
She's not getting special water.
Like those gallon water dispensers.
But I don't know.
Well, I'm just assuming.
Water and bandies. My head hurts. Go. Matthew, did you pee your pants again? I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're kind of poor.
East LA, man. That's
I'm
why.
dizzy. Ice pack and go back to class. I remember 8th grade, the last day of 8th grade. My friends got drunk. They snuck in like a 18 pack. I don't know.
Oh, God,
They got super drunk. And then I was too scared, so like I put it to my lips and I pretended to drink, but I was scared. I was like, but I also wanted to be cool, But I knew I didn't want to like.
What grade was this?
8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah, in Belvedere, and then they got fucking drunk, dude. They got so drunk, and then security, because we were in school, and then security came by, and we all fucking booked it. I jumped over a fence. They couldn't jump over a fence, bruh. That's Matthew on God. I'm good.
I guess that's Matthew.
They do have water fountains, but they give cold water. Yeah, it's true. But that's Matthew on God. Oh, because he pees?
Can people see this
I don't know.
this mouse arrow?
No, they can't.
Okay.
They just see the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So, what's up?
Oh,
I think it's on that side. It's somewhere over there. It might be. Actually, I don't know. Anyways, back to the story. So they all ran away, but they were drunk, so they were like, "Oh, sorry." I was the only one that was, in my senses, so I jumped over the fence, and I ran to my class, and I was like, "Oh." And yeah, after school, I'm walking out. They didn't snitch because snitches get stitches. Because they're like, "Who are you with?" Blah blah blah. Like, it was just us. And yeah, all they did was give them water till they like made a pee, flush it out. But they got like one of them was they didn't let him walk on stage.
Oh shit!
He got a ticket. They called his parents, but the thing that they had on file for emergency contact was an old number, so he didn't get in trouble.
Okay, but still, like one of them Got a ticket?
Yeah, like
The
they
school gave him a ticket?
yeah. So he had just moved too.
Mhm.
So the address they had on file was wrong.
Okay.
The phone number they had on file was wrong.
Okay.
All they did was give him a ticket, made him sign it, but he's like,
It was
this is like
that's funny.
they can't track it back to him, you know?
You know what I just realized?
Huh.
If you get pulled over by a cop and you don't have your ID on you, you'd be like, "Oh, I don't have my ID," and they're like, "Okay, well, give me your information." And that's happened to me before, where I tell them like, "I don't have my ID," and like, "Okay, well, tell me your name and address." I'll be like, "I'll give them my name," but I would tell officers a different address. I wouldn't get a fucking ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
I wonder if, is that legal?
I don't know, honestly.
I don't
shouldn't be
think, I don't
saying
think
this.
it's legal, right? To like not have identification.
I don't know. But I know sometimes when
Oh, they're like, that's a fucking waste of time.
like life hacks. Oh yeah, life hacks. By the way, I don't know if it'll work for you guys, but it has worked for me. When I do get pulled over by a cop, and usually it's on foot when I'm not driving.
How did you get pulled over walking?
Yeah.
Do you know how fast you were
No,
walking?
well, you know what I mean. Like stopped by
You
a
can't
cop.
be working these streets.
I meant stopped by a cop. So when I'll get stopped by a cop,
This is Patricia's corner.
and they'll give me a ticket. Of course, I'll just tell them like, "Oh, I don't have my ID. I'm sorry," and they'll be like, "Okay, give me your information." I go on, but I, of course, change it up, and I never get charged. So that's always fun.
Mm.
But you're minors. Oh, but you're
Oh, okay.
you can still kind of do it. You can still get away with it. It just depends.
Nobody minds things anymore.
Because I've been stopped by cops and they would do the same thing, which I'm telling you, and I will get away with it still. But I guess it depends on the situation. Like, say, for example, if you're in front of a liquor store, obviously you're not going to get away with that because you're going to call your parents, maybe. I have no idea.
I used to have a really fast car and I got pulled over once. and I said, oh, you know, the cops came up to like, before they said anything, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, officer. I know I was speeding. I know it's dangerous and irresponsible, but I just got this car and it's really fast and I'm super excited to have it. I know I fucked up. I'm very sorry and it won't happen again. And they're like, this is your car? I'm like, yeah. You bought it? Yeah. They're like, oh, let me see your license and ID. And they went to the car and came back and like, all right, keep it under the limit or like don't speed. Another time, I don't want to tell. Well,
Remember, don't say something that you don't want to get caught in court later.
Yeah. So I was with that same car.
Another life hack.
with that same car, I used to have an old BMW convertible. I went super fast. I was going like maybe 100 in the street, and I passed an intersection, and like my light was green, and at the red light was a cop, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I pulled over really fast, and the same thing. I was like, "I'm sorry," blah blah blah, and I was in a suit because I used to dress in suits all the time. I thought I was fucking the shit, you know, and I was just like going to a backyard party. Let me go in a suit. It was looking back, it was dumb. I get pulled over and I had come from a friend's house and I think I had a beer, but I hadn't opened it. It was just in the front. And I got pulled over. You know, that was actually, there's no really point to this story. They pulled me over and they're like,
were you just surprised that they didn't get you for
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just surprised that they let me go. They're like, oh, is this your car? Where do you live? And I'm like, I live like 2 blocks away from here. Because they pulled me over on what is that, 3rd Street? No, 1st. They pulled me over on 1st. And I'm like, oh yeah, I live 2 blocks. Where are you coming from? Oh, my friend's house. You've been drinking? I'm like, a little bit. But that was a while ago. I'm just heading home now. And they're like, all right, this is your car? What do you do for a living? And I was like, skincare. I do sales. Because that's when I was like really hard in new skin. And they're like, huh, business is good? I'm like,
oh, got me this car.
It's going pretty good. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's going pretty good, honestly. You should try it out. Like, you know, I was trying to like sell them stuff
to show like I ain't fucking around. This is what I do.
Yeah. But even then, it wasn't like a fucking badass car. It looked really nice. It was really well kept. And that shit was fast. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Fucking, I love that car.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Did you ever ride in it?
No, I never rode in that car.
Like, un día me dijiste que estabas aquí afuera sin playera, te vio la policía o algo.
Oh yeah.
Es una historia divertida.
¿Quién dijo eso?
¿Tú me contaste?
Oh yeah. Okay, so funny story. When I was I was 13, and I woke up one day. There was nobody home, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's nobody home. Like I'm home alone." This is the first time I was home alone. I was 13, and no, like my mom didn't wake me up to say, "Hey, we're going someplace." My sister was still living at home at the time, and I woke up and I was like, "Huh." So I started watching cartoons. It was Saturday, so I'm just without a shirt and in my sweats, and then like I see my sister's keys, and I'm like, "I can drive." Yeah, just take it on the block once. And I got in the car, no shirt, and I pull out of the car, I pull out of the driveway, and I start taking laps. And I'm driving. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! Like I was the hot shit. And then on what I think on like the fourth lap, I go to the corner and I see a cop, and I get scared and I hit the brakes and I'm like, oh shit! And then I'm like, oh, that's super obvious, you know. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And then I go too fast and I like right in front of the cop.
You panicked.
I panicked and then I took another ride and I get to like the front of my house and the cop's behind me and he pulls me over in front of my house and fuck. And so yeah, they pull me over. I'm not wearing a shirt. They pull me out. They're like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 14." When I was 13. I thought that it would like help for whatever
Make a
reason.
difference.
Yeah. Fucking I don't know what I was thinking. And so they pull me over and they're like, "Is this your car?" I'm like, "No, it's my sister's. Where do you live?" "Right here," like right in front of my house. And they're like, "What?" Well, the reason they pulled me over because I didn't have a seatbelt on.
Okay.
I was like, "Fuck!" Like he didn't realize I was underage or anything.
Shit. Okay.
He
You just saw like, oh, no seatbelt. You
Yeah.
acted suspicious. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull you over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they were gonna take me to jail,
Oh.
but because I was sitting in the corner, I was in handcuffs. The neighbors came out. They're all looking at me. I was like, "Oh shit,
Damn.
cheese man."
Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure they scared the fuck out of you.
Oh, and then my friend John too. He comes by and he's
Oh.
like, "Ooh, take him to jail." I was like, "Motherfucker, dude, you're not helping." And
I'm pretty sure the cops were having a kick out of you. Like,
I don't know. It was probably an interesting story for the fucking squad or whatever.
imagine the fucking stories the cops have.
I know they probably seen some really weird shit too.
Honestly, I feel like being a cop just so I could have those stories because
I don't know, man, because you're gonna get weird things, funny things, but also
Dangerous.
gruesome shit.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And then as they were gonna arrest me, like they were already picking me up, my parents like turned the corner, and then my
Oh.
mom like, "¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Like what happened? What
Oh,
happened?"
Fuck, they really
And
wanted to get you.
And then the cops are like, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and they like, we're sorry," and they
Did you
released.
say I'm sorry?
No, my parents,
Oh,
like
your
my parents, like,
parents.
"Oh, what happened? What did he do? Everything okay?" And then the cop was kind of like, you know, they released me into my parents' custody, and then, yeah, dude, my dad was so pissed he didn't say anything. He usually whipped my ass like fucking hard, but that day he was just like, "Go to your room." That scared me more.
Fuck.
He didn't talk to me for. Actually, no, I think he did whip my ass. He didn't talk to me for a while, but then I did get an ass whooping. Yeah. Crazy.
Fucking Tony.
Good times. Good times.
So be responsible.
Be responsible always.
Be responsible.
Have you ever been arrested or gotten a ticket, been pulled over by the police? No? Oh,
No,
good.
shit.
Goody good too.
That's good.
Good girl over here.
I have a story for you if you want to.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
Obviously, unfortunately, this didn't happen to
Y
me.
he
It's a
manejado
bummer.
desde que tengo 12 años y no tengo licencia de conducir.
What? Well, that's Mexico. Nobody does. Go ahead. What's your story?
This story didn't happen to me, unfortunately, because I think it's pretty badass. But the person that told me, so pretty much she was returning home from I forgot where, and as she was driving, she saw these cops, two cops, I believe, two cop cars. They were pulled over on the sidewalk, and for some reason I don't understand why. But then the person that told me the story felt uncomfortable for a while. I have no fucking idea why. So she started speeding off and just wanted to get away from the cops. I think because she had weed in the car or something. No fucking clue. The point is she wanted to get the fuck out of there. Of course, the cops picked this up. They got that vibe. So they're wondering why is this person seems like they're trying to evade us. So sure enough, the friend that told me about this story, she's trying her best to cut around these corners, and it just so happens that she's in a neighborhood that she's well acquainted with, so she knows the area pretty well. I'm pretty sure the cops do too, but who fucking knows how the
Wait, hold on real quick. She was driving.
Yeah, so she was driving just by herself.
She passed cops. She got
passed some
scared, so
cops,
she took off.
and the cops
Cops
picked
were
up
like,
on
"What
that
the hell?"
vibe.
So they started following her.
They followed her, and as they were trying to follow her, this person was told this information a while ago, is that if you ever need to escape the cops, turn off your lights, don't use the brakes, use your emergency handle instead if you want to slow down or stop. So sure enough, she remembered that somehow in that fucking high speed little pursuit. So she was cutting fucking corners. She shut off the lights, and as soon as she was going down the street, made a left and made an immediate right, she saw the cops following her. So as soon as she made a right, she turned off the lights, and she was going down this fucking street as fast as she could. She flips up to a freaking driveway of a random ass house, goes in reverse, shuts off the lights, and then fucking lays back in her seat. And then she just sees the fucking cops roll down.
I know who this is. I remember you told me this story. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I didn't hype this story up enough for you guys, but trust me, it was such a fucking fantastic moment for this person to tell me that they drove away from the cops.
They got away from the cops.
She got away from the cops by another life hack.
But I wonder why
she left like that.
Why
Like,
she took off? Like,
I assume it's because she had weed in the car. That's the only thing I could think of right now. She told me why, but I can't remember. I'm only gonna assume because of the weed. If it's not because of that, I'm just gonna assume because she's very
she panics.
Yeah, she panics a lot. So I guess she just didn't feel comfortable. Or whatever. Jason Bourne. Like I'm telling you, man. Like fucking like she was telling me that she was driving so fast that she was using the handbrake as best as she could, that she would kind of drift and whatnot, and she was able to get away from the fucking cops. And like it was just great how she just, it was a movie moment pretty much. Like she drove away from cops, pulled back in a fucking random parking lot, and that was it. The only good thing is that the house that she parked at, the people of the home weren't there, or she parked behind a car that was already parked in the driveway, and that was it.
It's Jason's porn.
Jason. It was dope. I'm sorry, but that story to me was pretty amazing. Imagine driving away from the cops and you get away with it. It's just pretty dope.
Dang. Shit, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Huh? You have any run-ins with the cops?
Well, I get stopped by the cops often, but nothing crazy like that. The only thing that I could tell you is just what I told you before, that I would just lie when it comes to my info, and they won't give me a ticket. But
I've gotten away with so many things too. I feel I'm really lucky.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah. Because imagine like those cops could really fuck up your life just because they.
I got a DUI when I was 20. That's probably the worst thing, but other than that, like I've ever harassed you, or you've seen anyone get harassed? I've seen people get harassed, but I don't think I've ever been harassed by the cops, because I'm very like, when it comes to cops and authority, it's like, oh, you're the boss, or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember.
You can't really fight somebody with power, kind of.
I remember being at a party in college, and there was too many people, so they shut the party down. And I was drunk, so I got scared, so I ran away. That's right. So I ran away, and then cops thought I was running from them, so they started to chase me. And I ran into some house, it was like a hilly area, so I was in the backyard. And then I just remember there was a lot of like tall grass on the hillside. And I just remember, like, okay, so how can I explain it? So this is the top of the hill. This is the hillside. And all this side is just grass. Okay. Grass. And like the party was over here. There's a bunch of houses here. There was like a little lot. And this is where the hill was. So I ran over here. I knew cops were coming after me because they shined their light. And then I ran, and I was drunk. So like I jumped and I did a front flip, and I landed on my back, and I just slid, and I just hugged the grass around me to cover me. And I just stood there, and they just shined their lights, and they walked past, like they went down and they walked past, and I was just there for like, I was scared. I was there for like half an hour. And then,
wait, so were you facing up when you shot? Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I ran, I jumped, did a front flip.
Landing on your back.
No, I think I landed on like my butt.
But you're pretty much laying on your back.
Yeah,
towards
I
the end.
slid down.
And then you say you grabbed the
Oh
grass
no,
mat?
it was somebody else. We ran away with somebody, and we tried to go into the corner house, like into the lawn, like the backyard. But he was being like, he was panicking, and he was being too loud. I was like, "You're being a fucking burn. Shut the fuck up." And yeah, I was like, "Stay here." And
You
then, I,
just
and then I
fucking-
took off because I was like, "Oh,
Like,
he's
fuck
gonna,
this
they're gonna
bitch."
catch him. He's gonna fucking,
Yeah.
he's gonna burn himself. If I stay with him, I'm getting caught too." And yeah, and then like half an hour later, I think. No, you know what? I was there so long and I was drunk that I fell asleep there.
Oh,
For a little bit.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
I fucking remember. Oh, Tony. This was
You were there?
it was close to the house, man. Like I think it was close to the house when this happened. I remember you telling me.
And then I came back and they're like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, I don't know. I was hiding on a hillside.
There's
No, I think somebody found me there.
there was another moment. Oh no, this is completely.
No, I think somebody found me. They're like, "Hey, dude, where you been?" I'm like, "Cops got."
Cause
I don't know.
I remember you told me another story. I can't tell if this was you or not, but you told me or somebody told me they were at a party. They got really drunk, but instead of going down a hill, they went across the street to a neighbor's house and they jumped the fucking bush and they just laid there to wait for the cops to go away. And then the person's like, "Oh, this grass feels nice," and he fucking knocked out. But he was drunk too. I can't remember if that was you or somebody else.
Well, okay, wait. Say it again. Say it
Oh,
again.
sorry. I was thinking way too
I
fast.
was reading this and I wasn't really.
R. Kelly came out of the bush to be on it. That's just ridiculous. What other topics do we have?
No, wait. So what was the story you just said?
Oh, I think it was you, Tony. I can't remember, but somebody told me that they were at a party. Of course, they got shit faced, and then when the cops arrived, or they assumed that the cops were showing up, they panicked. They left the party, and then they just went across the street, hoping that the cops would leave, and then they'll come back. But this person, for some fucking reason, thought they were Jason Bourne, and then they went across to the street to the neighbor's house, jumped like a bush, and thought if I hide here, the cops will go away and I'll just get up and go right back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
But sure enough, the person was hiding for quite some time, and they're like, "Man, this feels really comfortable." And then they were saying like, "Yeah, I was looking at the stars, enjoying myself."
This was the same one, I think.
Oh, was it the same one?
The same story.
Oh fuck! What the hell? My bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Then what the fuck? All right, I need to think about the story some other time.
Yeah, it's the same one. Because the cops came. Or did I jump?
But that wasn't a downhill though.
I was on a hillside.
Was this at Zoe's house?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! It was the same fucking one.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Oh shit! My bad, dude.
Because
Sorry about that.
Because she's on the hill, across. Yeah, like I went.
It's just in my head. I was thinking about a different ground. Sorry, that totally fucked up the podcast.
Or actually, no.
Because it wasn't
So-
at a slant though. Because you went across the fucking.
Nah,
street.
no. So it was like this, not like this. The bush, I flipped over, and then
still
there was
pretty
this,
fucking
and I just
funny.
kind of hid under that.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
So what other topics do we have?
I don't know. Good stuff.
Good stuff. And I
You
kinda
guys
went-
just be responsible,
Yes,
please. You know,
please.
you're gonna have fun in life, but just be responsible. Just think of the consequences of your actions. Have fun, by all means, have fun, but just think, okay, if I'm gonna have fun, what can happen and how can I prevent it, and still have fun?
Nah, fuck that shit. Go hard, or just go home. What the fuck?
Nah,
think?
fuck Have a designated friend
Yeah.
that'll take care of you guys. Always.
If anything, you guys should respect that one person that's willing to stay sober just to take care of
Mhm.
you guys. So.
Yeah, definitely. First kiss, government shutdown. Yeah, government shutdown. Did we talk about that?
I don't think so.
So
We talked about first kiss. We talked about the porn.
Porn,
We talked
teacher
about the
strike.
first kiss.
Okay.
Mm,
Let's talk about ethics. Actually, this is a question for the kids.
Because since we started talking about being fucking rebellious, running away from cops and lying to them, that is not good ethics, apparently. So
What do you guys consider being a good person?
helping others, making plans for the future, taking care of only your family to make sure they're better. I don't know, man. Like that's pretty hard to just not generically, but just to point out ethics. If anything, just upholding integrity in anything. makes up for the ethics that you're trying to solve or create. So just stick with integrity. That's gonna solve any issue when it comes to that. So.
I think of all my friends, you've always been the most like you got to do the right thing. And in many situations, I've been like, "Come on, man, do the bad." Like
Oh,
I've pushed you to do bad things,
Yeah,
and you're always like, "No, man, no, 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 I'm not gonna do it.
guys, no.
No, guys, no." And I think I've only broken you once.
But it
But
was fun. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
fuck it. That one I do enjoy.
Yeah,
That one.
good times.
Good times. Good times.
Well, we'll talk about it off mic. But yeah, now you've always been a very like, how can I help you? What's the right thing to do? What's a win-win?
Yeah, because think about it. Like I've gone through my struggles. Everybody has. Everybody has their hard times. So why would I want to put somebody else through that same situation? So of course, in my perspective, I do the absolute best that I can to help others, or help guide them, give them some stupid advice that I have, whatever the case may be. But as long as I'm able to put an effort, knowing that I put 110 effort into helping a person with their goal, plan, whatever the fuck, like I want to make sure I do that, because what's the fucking point of fighting? What's the point of arguing? Like it doesn't go anywhere. It's a full circle. It just makes things worse. Fuck that shit.
Dude,
So-
remember that time Danny got super pissed?
Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Jesus Christ. Fuck that guy. He started. Fuck you, Danny. Anyways.
So,
you
how long
see-
ago was this?
That was
This is
years.
college.
Like that was. It was a really weird like scenario how that came about.
Was that like 2012 ish?
I can't remember honestly. I'm sorry.
It was a while ago. Anyways, I had this friend named Danny. Let's just
Danny.
call him Danny.
Oh,
And
did you say his name earlier?
Huh?
You didn't mention his name earlier, huh? My bad.
his name's Danny. His
I'm
name's
not
Danny.
supposed to give out names.
Nobody knows who he is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying his last name. And he was dating. So he was my best friend in 9th grade. Like he was a really funny guy. And then what happened? He got a girlfriend, and then they moved in together, and they were like dating for a while. And then I became friends with her too. I became friends with both of them.
Mhm.
But in the process of, or like in the relationship, their relationship, he became very
A
like,
completely different person.
he's very manipulative, and he's very like, I don't know. It's just I was spending a lot of money. He is very creative. I'll give you that. Like I really was like, wow, this guy's an artist. Like he's a lot, but it's like I was funding everything for him, and it's like, dude. And then when I don't know, it was just a very like, it was a one-way relationship, and he's very manipulative. Like, oh, what, come with your real friends. I'm like, those aren't your friends. It's like, nah, dude. Like they want whatever. Anyways, so they ended up breaking up, but she was really cool too. So I stayed friends with her, and then he got really pissed. He's like, why are you hanging out with her? Like, bro code, you gotta be with me. Like, don't talk to her. I'm like, dude, like we're adults. I was cool with both of you. It was always a platonic relationship with her. It was never ever anything sexual. But he got really jealous and mad, and I'm like, dude, you're being very like, calm down.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to fight us.
Yeah.
And then
That's where
when you're like, what'd you say? You're like, relax, man. Like it's not a big deal. And you're like, what'd you say?
we tried calming him down. We did our best. Tony did his absolute amazing best to keep the situation calm.
Yeah, because he's my friend. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to fight him. But
But
he was acting very.
It was
rude.
really bad. Like it was just really disrespectful.
He was in a bad moment too. He was like, post breakup, you get very crazy, and but since then we haven't talked since that day.
Well, yeah, like how can you? I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys could make things up and talk.
This
and
guy
all,
was
but-
this guy. He is basically Tekashi 6ix9ine. He had his face. Did he have tattoos on his face yet?
not during that time. Not
No,
that
I think at that time he just had like a tattoo on his neck. But now he has like a tattoo here. He's got tattoos all over the place now.
But yeah, during that situation when he started trying to fight Tony,
And I'm like, dude,
it caught us so off guard.
it was so off guard. And at the same time, I was like,
dude, we went there to support him.
yeah. So what was he doing? Stand up or DJing?
Some DJ bullshit.
Yeah. So we went to his show, and I don't know. It was just like, dude, what's wrong with you, man? Chillax.
I believe he got upset because of not only his current situation with the breakup and other things amongst that, but the whole DJ thing that he had going on wasn't going so well, because across that street was another fucking club, and that shit was popping. Like,
oh yeah,
there's a lot of people going to that. And I don't remember if this was after we left or during, but we went to that fucking club across the street just to see what was going on,
and it was way funner.
It was fun, definitely, but I don't know if that set him off. I don't know if it was because of you talking to Zoe or the breakup. I have no idea, but the point is, it was
all Zoe, I think, because that's what he was talking about.
And then he said he wanted to fight you. We were surprised. I started fucking laughing at his face during the whole fucking thing, and during me laughing, this guy still had the nerve to still talk shit. He was still talking shit. I was laughing at his face. I'm gonna still laugh at your face even now, dude, unless like you grew up and decided to apologize and shit. Because like when we go back to ethics, that's the type of stuff you don't need. You don't need people like that. Why put others through your struggles, your own personal things? There's no fucking point. You make big issues like this right now, and you get a bad reputation because of that.
Yeah.
You are the villain in our story. So until you decide to, or if we ever decide to see him again and he's a better person, by all means, I will shake his hand. But
I wouldn't say he's a villain, at least in my story, but it's just
that
like,
shit was fucking awkward, dude.
It was just out of nowhere. Like,
it was really weird.
Yeah,
but you did really good to handle that. That was good ethics. He didn't laugh. He didn't insult him. Tony took it very respectfully.
Because I could see he was hurt, and I'm like, oh, this isn't you. I didn't take it personally. I was like, okay, you're hurt. You're reacting instead of you're not present. This is an emotional reaction, whatever. And I was like, yo, dude, calm down. Like, let's talk. But then when he wanted to get physical,
he decided to do that.
He wanted because I know he made a fist. He's like, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then we're like, we looked at each other like, what the fuck? like, oh shit, this is serious. You're not joking. Like, and then I think he started off on you, and then when I was like, nah, dude, relax, and then he's like, well, no. Then he started talking shit, and then you're like, relax, and then he got super pissed, and I was like, well, if he swings at you, of course I'm gonna fucking like, yo, dude, bah, calm the fuck down.
Things up the booty cheeks. So yeah, that was
yeah. He was kind of weird,
but I hope he's in a good place. So.
Last year he picked up my brother. He as an Uber driver or a Lyft driver.
Oh shit!
And because my brother was saying that he was driving, and then the guy's like looking in the mirror, and he's like, "Hey, you're Tony's brother, right?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm Danny. I'm an old friend of his. How's he doing?" And he's like, "Oh, he's good. He's good. Oh, tell him I said hi."
Oh shit!
Like, oh, okay.
That's
and
cool.
that was it.
That's cool.
I haven't looked him up or anything. I know he has a kid, and he works as a janitor at a school.
Don't say what school though.
Yeah, I don't know what school, but yeah.
Well, I hope he's in a better place. Obviously, like of course we want him to do better, but like poor Melissa girl, during this situation, that was a dick move. So. Yeah. But yeah, of course, going back to ethics, there's no point into like spreading the hate. Of course, it's gonna be very difficult to prevent that from happening because we're human. Like shit overwhelms us and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But as long as you're able to be more responsible, recognize your faults, and do something about that in a respectful manner, then yeah, things will work out. So.
My rule of ethics is, if you're okay with somebody else doing the same thing to you, go for it. Don't get mad if somebody does it to you, if you're doing it to them. And if you don't want them to do it to you, then don't do it to them.
Do you want somebody in prison to do that to you? Huh?
Yeah. Shit. But ethics, yeah, I mean, I'd say,
because it's hard, because if you don't have like not a strict law when it comes to ethics, but if you don't have like a guideline to help pave the way for you in ethics, then you get shit like the government shutdown. You come across arguments and stuff like that don't get settled.
I'd say be fair, be responsible, don't steal.
Don't lie to the cops. Don't. We're here trying to be like, no, be respectful, and we're fucking
I-
drunk and shit.
I would say like the underlining thing for everything is
use some fucking common sense. Like,
just
I don't know. It's hard to discuss ethics. Like I'm telling you, it's too broad of a subject to just throw out there. Like you have to be precise when it comes to ethics. Like, but who knows? I'm a philosopher, so I know what I'm talking about. That's my bow tie.
no, I'd say yeah, just be good to people. Like if you're in a power of authority, you know, you have a lot of responsibility, so just be cool with people.
Definitely drive with the shirt on.
Definitely drive with the shirt
That's
on.
a good ethics right
Well, I don't know, because he didn't pull me over for not having a shirt.
He pulled them over for not having a seatbelt, so
Yes.
technically that's still not good ethics.
I've seen
but,
people
you know,
on hot days drive without a shirt. I still do it sometimes, you know, whatevs. But yeah, next topic. Government shutdown. Bow, bow, bow. Well, that's pretty much ties in with the border crisis because that's
Yeah.
so. Actually, I took notes for this one. Do you guys know what's going on with the government shutdown? Yes? No? Maybe so.
So
Dude, I'm getting a fucking. I started shaving more so you can see my double chin.
did we do this last time?
Oh, we did.
We did.
The first one.
I can't
Oh,
remember
fuck.
when, but I remember we did
Oh,
that.
dude, I did the 10-year challenge.
Dude, I have so much fucking hair. Like,
Dude, you guys want to see what I looked like when I was at my sexiest? Like, I was a fucking sexy beast. Oh, God, I got so many fucking pictures. Go talk, say something.
oh, sorry.
So there's no Dead Space.
Dead Space. Dead Space is a wonderful game. Like,
Dead Space is a great
It
game.
is. It's pretty cool. I
Dead
hope
Air.
the developer of the game, he talked about making another. Wait, he did something else. I can't remember. Anyway, sorry. That's just a really good game. You know, out of Dead Space, I haven't played the fucking DLC that they did for the third game as like the final conclusion of the storyline.
What's that DLC?
The DLC just gives you like an alternate,
Oh, deleted scene or what?
not a deleted scene, but more of they added more gameplay to the story for you could understand what happens. But I haven't seen it myself, so I'm just like, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm such a pussy. I can't play those games. I get scared.
Because horror games.
Yeah. My nephew plays them and I'm just like,
Yeah, we need all the Dead Space and dude. Too bad Dead Space got canceled. Or their publishing got canceled, I think.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, how the fuck does that happen?
EA, I believe, bought them.
EA Sports.
Or
It's in the
something
game.
happened to the point where a bigger company bought their studio and then they got pushed out, so they couldn't develop any more games.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man.
That
sucks.
happened to of course the creators of Dead Space, and it happened to amongst other studios as well. So I just hope it works out for future ones.
I hope they make another Halo. Halo was a fun
that
game.
Makes you feel like you're in another world and kind of helps you vent. Oh shit, that's actually a good question. Well, I
What
thought
is
that
it?
a good
What was the question?
So this person put, have you ever played a game that makes you feel like you're in another world and kind of helps you vent with anything? I really enjoyed playing Pokemon as a kid. I know that sounds very generic and popular, I suppose, but growing up as a kid, that's how I made friends the first time when I was growing up. I watched the first Pokemon show that aired, and I saw a few more after that, obviously. And then once that topic was brought up, that was my chance. I was like, oh, I know what you're talking about, and that's how I made fucking friends. Because before, like for a good amount of years in elementary, I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I was just like that. Well, we're all little kids, but still, like, it was really noticeable for me to be like, oh, I have no one to be with. Like,
Yeah.
so Pokemon was a big thing. That's why Pokemon would be my answer for you.
To vent.
There's a lot of good games though. But
Take me to another
Pokemon
one.
would be mine.
Vent? I don't know. I always enjoyed adventure games. Like Uncharted, Tomb Raider.
They're making another Halo. No, they're not. I haven't read anything.
Halo
about that.
6?
No, not
Oh.
that I know of.
Well, anyways, I found the picture of me when I was like 16 here.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, dude.
Oh damn!
Bam! Look at that. Son. 16. Fooling all the bitches. Damn.
Fucking at Tony.
Oh, there's another one. Bam! What's up? Son. Look at that. And now I'm fat.
You're so gorgeous.
I'm still gorgeous.
You're beautiful.
Oh, this is what I mean. Like, if I were to grow my hair out, I hate this phase.
That's an ugly ducking.
The ugly duckling phase. When you grow your hair out.
But that goes to show how dedicated you are to like having long curly hair, I suppose. Well, I don't know.
It reminded me of
opinions
Samuel
of
Jackson in Pulp Fiction. Oh man.
Doom Eternal.
Hmm?
I'm looking forward to it. I can't really give an opinion because I don't have enough reviews to decide how that's gonna work out. But either way, I'm still looking forward to it. But I don't think it's gonna live up to like the other previous games. Who knows? I just have to wait and see. I haven't played it. Haven't seen enough reviews, but I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure. Sorry if you guys ever ask me video game questions. I will get really into it. So yeah.
do you like Fortnite?
It's a really creative game, and I like how they changed the aspect of the video game industry. But it's like whatever. I can't play it as often. Other people go fucking ham on that shit, and good for them. If that's what they want, go for it. But I need to play more varieties of games. I can't do that shit over and over again. Like I need quality content. God of War, The Witcher.
Oh, God of
Pokemon.
War is a really good
Like,
game.
I don't give a fuck. I need storyline based games. I can't be doing that shit. I can't be doing Fortnite rep like over and over. Fuck, no. It's a good game, but it's not meant for me. Favorite game? Pokemon.
God of War.
Oh, have you played the new?
No, because
I
it's
just
exclusively
finished
on
it.
PS4.
Yeah,
right?
I just finished it a few days ago.
I need a PS4.
It's great. It's fucking fantastic. If you
I-
want, you could come to my house, or I could bring it here. Like you could play it. It's a really really fun game.
Yeah?
I think you would like it.
Oh man.
You would enjoy it.
The only thing I feel weird about is like, because I know you always invited me to go play that.
You see, I got my PT share.
Oh, shit, what's that?
It's a well-known demo game that was supposed to come out for Silent Hill, but of course it got canceled because of
PT?
PT. It was called PT.
Pussy Trap?
Yeah, but it was for Silent Hills, and then the actor that played Daryl in The Walking Dead,
Mhm.
he was supposed to be in that game
Oh.
as the main protagonist.
It got pulled or what?
It got canceled, and the reason why it got
What?
canceled because remember how you had Metal Gear, the person that made it, not Konami,
Mm.
was it Konami? It starts with K. I can't remember. Well, either way, he was making the creator of Metal Gear was making this new Silent Hill game, but that shit got canceled because of the differences that the creator of Metal Gear had, and then of course the studio that he worked for, they treated him like shit. That shit got canceled. He quit. Then he's making
hammer this thing.
Oh my bad, sorry. And then he pretty much separated from Konami, made his own game, and that's gonna be coming out soon called Death Stranding, I believe. I'm really looking forward to that game. So if you guys are looking or into video games, I highly suggest that one.
Yes. So the government shut down.
Oh, yeah, sorry, completely
Government
forgot.
shutting down. Why?
Listen to you.
Because Trump doesn't want. Trump is a big baby, and he's like, well, you want to play?
Best
I
soundtrack
want
for
it.
music.
No, you can't have it. You can't have it, Donald. But I want it. I want the games. Whatever. So, because nobody's playing his game, he's like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm not gonna pay you guys. I'm shutting down the government.
Yeah.
So what is it? The parks, the FDA, NASA, the IRS, Social Security, all this stuff. Like all this stuff is being. Yeah, he whispers. Nathan, cough, cough.
Oh, okay. No, Konami, Kojima, isn't it? His name's Kojima, like the developer of Metal Gear.
Oh, Konami. That's the racing car place.
kind of. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a triangle kind of thing, like an orange triangle, sort of.
probably. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Because I remember there was like an arcade game. It was they do a lot of racing games, don't they?
I'm pretty sure that they made some racing games, but
Like really like Asian games. Like, well, I just remember there was one where it was like a lot of shifting. It was like drift rally cars, and you're going down a hill. Shitty graphics, but very realistic driving. And it was one of like the first arcade games that had or that at least that I remember. It's an old one, but it had a clutch.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had a game.
No, like in the arcades.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, I get you.
Oh, so guys, in our times, there were places where you would go to, like physical places that had video
It
games.
was fun. I really enjoyed the arcade.
You know what's super interesting that I think is a really crazy? It's a genius idea. I don't know why they didn't think of it before.
What? Don't say this on air because then someone's gonna take.
No,
my-
it's
Oh,
already
okay.
it's already happening. It's
Okay.
already done. You know how? Okay, so there's There's Hulu, there's Netflix,
Uh-huh.
streaming.
Uh-huh.
Xbox now has for games. You play a monthly
Oh.
subscription,
Uh-huh.
and you have access to all these games. I'm
Mhm.
like, that's fucking
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
That's because instead of just all right, you buy it once, there's your money,
Mhm.
boom. Monthly subscription. Of course, all these kids are gonna fucking
Mm.
want to keep playing, go back to those games, whatever. It's a fucking genius idea.
I'm not a big Microsoft fan.
No, but
but when it came to that plan, I fucking enjoyed the idea. So
it's super genius because it's everybody's streaming now.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
monthly subscriptions, and they're gonna be like the leaders and all this stuff. So they're gonna have more money.
Mhm.
Other people are gonna be like, "Fuck, we don't want to do this,
Yeah.
but this is where the market's going. We have to do it." And then everybody else is gonna follow.
Yeah.
Mark my words, it's what's gonna happen.
The good thing is that it's already happening now because of what you mentioned with Microsoft, and
Mhm.
Sony's doing it as well. The only bad thing is that they're kind of shitty at doing it because they don't know exactly how to execute it. For example, like they have all these Sony at least, they have all these titles, but these titles either suck, they're not worth paying for that monthly subscription, or the games that they have available are pretty much for free if you have the PlayStation Plus and got those games added for free on your library. So, but yeah, I do look forward to the whole streaming service. I just hope that nobody else comes out with a video game streaming service that's better than Microsoft and Sony. But
Oh
you have Steam for that. So who
Getting a
knows?
call.
But yeah, video games are life. I'm so
Yes.
sorry I ramble about video games.
Oh, Chief, that's right. Yeah. Angel, you suck at racing. I'm gonna kick your ass. Not you, this Angel.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
'cause
that
he
was
said that
Chief. He
wants
said
to-
that that's not it. You're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go to Speed Zone?
I'm down. If anything, I would like to take my brothers too because
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Let's
for
take
them. I'm down for that. That'll be shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that will be fucking awesome. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Oh yeah.
Virgin, you got no game.
Where's my PC players? PC Master Races.
It's so funny because you know what? I want Derek really surprised me, my nephew, because he wants to stream. So like I know I took a while to learn how to podcast, and there's another like a more legit way to do it.
Uh-huh.
The easiest way to do it is YouTube. You just push a button and that's it. But what he wants to do is he wants to stream through his
Twitch thing?
his Twitch, I guess,
Uh-huh.
or his video games.
Mhm.
But he figured it out on his own.
Oh shit!
And I was like,
that's
oh
dope.
fuck.
He
Like,
took the initiative and
yeah, like I know, like he took the initiative and was like, I was like, dude, that's fucking tight. Like,
that's dope. That's pretty good.
so when you say you don't know how to do something, that's fucking bullshit. You just don't want to, you lazy ass. Sometimes, but I was really surprised. Proud of you. Good job. So you can't make the excuse that you don't know how because you didn't know how to do this. You wanted it and you figured it out.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of you for that. And clean up your house a bit more. He too, Nathan.
Putting them on blast.
Hell yeah.
Imagine like once you become like a really successful millionaire podcast person, people are gonna look at your first episodes and just be like, ah,
Dude, that's gonna be my sign off every
Oh.
night. Thanks for coming. Good
Nathan,
night.
clean your fucking
and
room.
Boys, clean your rooms.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning, Julia. Government shutdown. Yeah, so that's basically what's happening. Trump is pissed that he's not getting his way, so he's not paying anybody. What's happening now is national parks. Nobody's picking up the trash. The FDA. So out of 1,700 employees, Corona time. But it's not just me; it's him too.
Well, to be fair, we could just like drink Coronas and be like,
Hey,
hey,
boom.
it's still pretty clever.
I don't know, something about Corona. It's already the beer Corona.
You don't want to give them free marketing.
Yeah, it's gonna be like I would rather brand it something else.
Okay, that's cool too. But it'll be like a funny plan.
What one thing I like to tell people? Well, I haven't done it in a long time, but I'd be like, "Hey, my name's Anthony Corona," and they're like, "Oh, like the beer." I'm like, yeah, like my family owns it, but don't tell anybody. Like, if you guys want a keg, let me know. Like, couple like in advance, I could probably bring it over, but just keep it on the hush. Yeah, like,
And then people would actually like.
yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, for reals?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm just fucking around, dude. There's no." It's just I just have the last name. Like, oh,
You know what I
shit."
found out that was a trip?
Hmm.
I can't remember if it was Corona or like a different like Mexican brand beer, but it's not owned by anybody from Mexico. It's owned by like some British person. Oh, sorry, I keep smacking the phone.
Yeah.
It's owned by like some British white motherfucker who makes the beer in Mexico and then ships it to the US. I just think it's fucking crazy. Like Like, how can you be proud of a fucking beer that's not even owned by your own people? I know this is gonna be a bit aggressive and whatnot, but I just thought that was a weird, fun fact. I'm just like, no, people take pride in Corona about their heritage of being Mexican. It's not even fucking owned by Mexico or like the Mexican heritage of your people.
Well, I would say
Fucking
at least Mexico.
that's
would
good
be
marketing, though.
Mexico would be making revenue
yeah,
because they
yeah.
do it in there. Like
Yeah.
they also own Modelo and
It helps make jobs. It's good for the economy.
I think
Like, good for
India?
them, but like, I don't know. I just thought it left a bad taste in my mouth knowing the fact like, oh, this is a good heritage Mexican beer, but it's
Stop
like
banging.
sorry, it's a bad habit. But I just think that was a weird, funny, fun fact, I guess. So
I saw this really cool documentary.
it's like if you're dating a girl and you're like, hey babe, what's up? It's like, what the fuck? You have a dick? I know it's a bad comparison, but like
when you pull the trousers down and you see the trouser snake. Ah.
the Tony Corona experience. That's funny.
Yeah, like the Joe Rogan experience.
Name it male puberty because all we talk about is just random bullshit.
That's true.
Because we're not. Never mind. That's fine.
What?
No, just
Yeah.
fine.
I saw this cool documentary on Netflix. This is a fast documentary, short, but it talks about water in the world, and it really made me change the way I look at water and how I use it.
Okay.
Should check it out.
But you know the bad thing about like the good quality sources when it comes to resources about food is that we're grateful to be in America where we have such an abundant amount of food and it's always thrown away. But the bad thing about the whole government shutdown, since we're talking about that, is that we have nobody to regulate the process of it being clean, shipped properly, stored properly, and stuff like that. So that's a huge issue when it comes to the whole government shutdown. And of course, it affects other things, IRS. I don't know what else, like cleaning services, the like food stamps, housing.
Oh yeah,
like it's terrible. So with the whole public, because somebody mentioned this question about the government shutdown. So Mr. Trump threw away because he didn't get his money. Yeah, pretty
which
much.
he promised was
But,
going to happen.
Like in his campaign,
all his failed businesses,
one
all
of-
his businesses have
yeah,
failed.
like-
all of them.
in his campaign, he talked about many promises, and one of them was about the wall. And it just so happens, like before this whole wall situation came about, it was gonna happen sooner or later. But before, like everything else was a total dud. He didn't really get what he promised, and it was showing. So now that it came to the topic of the border wall, and he's using the caravan as motivation to why to build it, and blah blah.
And then
blah, blah.
he's saying like 200 an hour.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like, dude,
Like-
where you get the money to pay those people when you can't get the money to build that wall?
I think,
Like, dude,
the argument.
This is so like it's logically dumb. It doesn't make any reasonable sense, you know. And if you're paying people by the hour, like, are you gonna regulate how long they can work, and how long is that gonna fucking take
I
to
think-
build a
yeah.
wall?
Yeah, I feel the only reason why, well, of course, just other factors of motivation behind this and stuff. But the only idea I could give out that makes sense is that the reason why there's such a debate with this whole border wall topic is because not many people want to spend so much on a wall that could easily bypass or could be easily bypassed by anybody. But they also don't want to make sure like Trump doesn't use this opportunity to help him gain from it because he's a what is it, retail? No, not retail. Fucking
Real
construction.
estate.
Yeah, real estate. So obviously he's gonna make another fucking business account like his other lawyers make secret accounts where he could like provide services to make the wall, even though he's making the order for other people to do it. Like he's not supposed to have any connections to it because that's embezzlement, I suppose.
It's a conflict of interest.
There you go. Thank you. So I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why people are debating about him. They don't want him to gain all the money from the government. They don't want him to abuse his power, and not only that, then they want to make sure that the money is spent on.
Dude, you know that guy's abusing his power.
Well,
like
yeah,
crazy.
obviously, like any person with political power is capable of doing that, or has been doing it. But it just so happens that Trump is so bad at covering up his fucking his.
I don't even think it's sad. It's just I think he just doesn't give a
doesn't-
fuck when he's like when he gets like.
But to be fair, like as a celebrity raised by pretty much with a spoon in his mouth, like he has no conscience of doing anything bad. He has low ethics apparently because that's what we
3
talked about.
times.
Like come on, man. Like, I don't know. The whole government shutdown is just gonna keep on dragging longer. The only thing that I fear, which has happened in other countries, that they're gonna be discussing a better solution for this whole border wall, and because of the government shutdown, it's gonna take even longer. And this motherfucker even had the nerve to say, "Yeah, it'll take years for the government shutdown to be solved." It's like, what kind of fucking president is willing to say that
he's
shit?
choking everybody like, oh, you're not gonna do it.
Like, dog,
But you
like-
know what? This is good because it's gonna get so many people upset that they're gonna be like, yo, dude, you're fucking crazy. Get the fuck
Mhm.
out of here.
The thing that
Like-
makes me laugh is
but-
that he was always a bully. So now
Mhm.
he's meeting other people that are capable of power to fight back.
Yeah,
And he
like-
doesn't know how to fucking handle it.
Yeah, he's
Like-
being a kid. He's being a kid.
You fucking idiot. Like, I don't know. But honestly, in the end, I do want Republicans and Democrats and other parties to find a solution for this shit, because in the end, it doesn't benefit anybody. We're seeing trash being piled up. We see people not being able to get Medicare, Medicaid, or whatever the case. We don't see assistants or teachers, for example, are going on strike because they can't find the proper funding and stuff like that. I just hope somebody comes with a better solution, and we will.
It will because
It just sucks because it's making us all look bad.
this is I think this is a positive thing that's happening because it's forcing us to find solutions to things that have been buried and hidden and like, oh fuck, this is a broken system.
Yeah.
We got to figure this out.
Mhm.
So I think it's a good thing. Maybe it's not the way we want it to happen or whatever, but I think it's a good thing.
So Angel asked, do you think it's dumb that Trump calls us aliens and illegals when America?
Oh yeah, dude.
Well,
Dude, that's the way America's always done anything. Oh, we want it. Well, it's ours. Conquered. It's like, oh yeah, there's people living here before you.
yeah,
Well, blah,
but it's
blah,
gonna happen to any kingdom pretty much, because the U.S. that's how we became a powerful nation. We had to go to a different land that was kind of underdeveloped, and he took advantage of that.
Well-
and in the end, we're here, so you could talk all the shit that you want. If it wasn't for like the earlier settlements, we wouldn't have all this great Wi-Fi and all this bullshit. So yeah, it sucks that he calls us illegal immigrants and stuff, but I don't know, man. Like,
If
it's
you
hard,
look
like-
through history, like any attainment of land has gone through violence. Like you're gonna conquer, you're gonna take over, and you're gonna kick those people out if they don't join you, and it's okay because it's for you. But
You know what's
Like-
funny? You guys are joking around about FBI and the NSA looking at us for talking shit about them.
They're
but
not getting
guess
paid.
what? They're not getting paid.
so they're like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, and so no, fucking-
It's stupid too. Well, you know what? No, because remember we were watching that video where they were saying like there's certain agencies or certain things that even if they're not, even during a shutdown, they still get paid.
some yeah.
Which one? I forgot which one it was.
Say for example, there's like the
But
the FDA.
I think the Secret Service doesn't get paid.
Some of them no.
Dude, Secret Service. That's if it's, I don't know if it's true or not, but if it's the Secret Service not getting paid, that's super dumb on Trump's part
Because that's his protection.
because that's his bodyguards.
you know what's funny, that he kind of talks shit about them. He's like, oh, they drive fancy cars, expensive cars, by the way. It's like, dude, I'm like, it's meant for you. Obviously, that car is gonna be expensive.
Mhm. Yeah.
It
I saw
fucking-
the show how they like
Set
make them,
uh-huh.
dude.
fucking tank, pretty much.
Like a
Tank in
regular
disguise.
a regular car weighs about 2 tons.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, like an armored car for the president,
Mhm.
they weigh anywhere from 7 to 10 tons
Damn.
because they have like
All that reinforcement.
thick,
like,
yeah, like all the door panels are reinforced steel, so they're bulletproof. There's like the bottom is bomb proof, the glass is bulletproof. There's like a filtration system for the air. Like there's so much that goes into it. It's crazy. Pretty awesome though.
Yeah. But still, like the whole government shutdown, it sucks. It's not meant for everybody. The only thing that this fucking scares me is that this government shutdown will drag on to the point where it's just total chaos and it breaks down. Because it's happened before in other countries. Like it's documented where and that's how you have a fucking what's it, a tyrant. I can't find
A dictator.
yeah, there you go. That's how dictatorship starts. Is that you have a government shutdown, and the person in charge is like, well, since no one's taking action, I will. And then that's how you get a military-based government. And that's what I fear. That's what I'm scared of when it comes to this shutdown, because it's happened in other countries. And with Trump's attitude and with the Republicans trying to gain power, no. Especially when they put a fucking Republican in the Supreme Court, when they stole that shit from Obama like 2 times or some shit like that.
What?
Oh yeah, so during Obama's reign in politics, he was trying to get he got one person on the Supreme Court, I believe. It was, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry, but it was the female. She has glasses. She's a really great lady. I can't remember her name.
Nancy Pelosi.
No, not her. But it pretty much, boy, it's early. What are you talking about? But pretty much, sorry. But yeah, pretty much, Obama, he got one supreme person inside, and he was trying to get another person, but then the Republicans kind of like, you know, debated him, and they took away that opportunity for him. So now that Trump is president, they're trying to get as many Republicans in powerful positions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Like for example, there's that Supreme Court person that got recently elected. He got like he was being questioned by the Congress about his drunk behavior. How he
I like beer.
yeah, I like beer. And like and they pretty
Yeah,
much,
I still drink beer sometimes.
like with this character, like it didn't go well for him because he actually it showed like he was another spoiled rich person that was able to gain power because of his family. Like he was a dick. So I don't know, man. That of course the government shutdown, it does freak me out because I'm scared of that being an opportunity for evil person to gain power as a fucking tyrant. That's the only thing that scares me.
I'd say I don't think
it will happen here. We talk about this can't happen. It's America. That will never happen. But
this
we've gone
is America.
But we've gone this far. Like it's not drastically terrible, but I know it will not. I don't think. I hope not. But I'm pretty sure it will not happen in the U.S. where we have a dictatorship. I don't think so.
I ask you this. Do not ask what your country can do for you,
What can you do for your country?
but what can but in what does he say?
What can
But
you
ask what can you do for your country?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you know, you're capable human beings, all of you. I'd say, you know, if you don't like something, do something about it. Don't like you know, at least once a week or once a month if you can, get some friends. You guys that are young, dude, you guys are capable of so much. Even us too, but you guys being young will have more impact. If you guys can get together a group of kids and like, hey, let's go to the beach, you know, one day of the month, we'll have fun, we'll like party or something, whatever, make it fun. But we're gonna clean up the beach. We're just gonna walk around with a bag, pick this stuff up, throw it in the trash, and then we'll have a little get together party.
That's
So
really
like, you know, or I remember something I think I did it 2 years, 3 years in a row where I would feed the homeless. Were we talking at the time?
I don't think so.
No?
I would say no.
I think we were. Yeah, we were talking.
Were you feeding them birds?
Yeah, that's why there's no birds. The 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh yeah. And, to answer Matthew's question,
I've been seeing a lot of things about that. How
aliens?
Wait.
What are you talking about? Or birds? What are you talking
wait.
about? I thought you were talking about Matthew's question.
Oh yeah, dude. We're okay. So to answer the alien thing, there's no way in the entire universe that we're the only things. We're the only
intelligent society.
Yeah, because like
creatures.
okay, so supposedly science says there was the Big Bang from the center. You know, 360 degrees everywhere. So say we're 4 feet over here. Who's to say there's nothing 4 feet in any other direction? Like we're at the perfect distance from the sun for life to exist, and it's infinite. You know, it's constantly
man.
expanding.
You know
who's to
what's
say
so-
we're not some? You know,
What's so exciting is that thankfully NASA has received information of the farthest destination they've ever gone in space. So they went beyond Pluto, and beyond Pluto, there's like another.
Voyager, right?
Yeah, there's another
crazy.
like asteroid belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Oh, trip.
Pluto just so happens to be within that asteroid belt.
Oh, that's why they were saying like it's more like a small asteroid kind of thing. Like, well, that's why it's not a planet anymore.
Like they're still debating it on and off, but thankfully because of this Voyager that was able to go the farthest we've ever have, it took better resolution pictures of Pluto and we're able to get more information of that. Thankfully we have that, but I'm so looking forward to what else we can discover. So maybe aliens, maybe a new path, new elements,
And then
I'm fucking looking forward to.
and then
that shit.
China landed on the
yeah,
dark
that's
side of the
right.
moon.
The farthest they've ever gone. What kind of scares me about that? Because I don't know. What
It's gonna be
scares me?
exciting, dude.
What I'm worried about China having that advantage is that they're testing out certain like wavelengths of what would happen if they use a certain scenario when it comes to when not abusing, but find a new perspective of what happens with radio waves or some shit along the lines, because they can't perform those experiments on Earth because it's already tainted with everything that we have in like the atmosphere. Sorry, I'm talking way too much about this.
No.
Oh.
Let's just build on it.
But yeah, I think it's fantastic, even if it's from a different country that we're kind of.
No, but what were you talking about the waves?
Oh, so pretty much the thing that kind of worries me about other countries having a better advantage over us is that they're gonna be more superior. Obviously, they're gonna take advantage and they're gonna take all the credit, and I don't want that shit, dog. That's why you kids gotta join NASA and do better than us.
I think it's.
Dude, that shit's just planned warfare. That's the only thing that comes in my fucking mind.
Able to see sound
it's the
waves.
commies.
Yeah.
That's the fucking thing that trips me the fuck out.
I was gonna say something, but I don't remember. What was that movie? Where there was like a big old egg that like landed in every continent.
Oh, that's the Kylie Jenner's worst enemy.
No. So
bad joke.
what? Oh wait, I don't want to get off topic.
Sorry. But that's what's good about these podcasts, man. Like,
yeah. No. Okay. So this movie.
I'm telling you, man, I enjoy this shit.
Amy Smart. No, what's her name? Amy.
How don't you dare say Amy Schumer?
No, not Amy Schumer. This redhead chick. The chick that plays Superman's girlfriend in the new Superman movies. Redhead chick. Really, really cute. Anyways, so she's what is it? She deciphers languages. She's a translator. And then so there's all these different like huge eggs pods that land in different continents, and there's different governments. And they all have a piece of a message. So each government has to like decipher their own message.
Mhm.
And then it's a super genius plan, because supposedly the thing was like, we're gonna destroy the planet if you don't figure this puzzle out.
Okay.
So what that means is like it forced all the governments to cooperate. Oh, what?
Sorry, this person put Amy Adams.
Amy Adams, yeah, that's her name. Gosh. Yeah. But I think it might have to get to that point where there's an outside threat where we're like, oh fuck, why are we fighting? We're both on this place together. You know, who knows? I don't know. But definitely aliens do exist, in my opinion.
Definitely.
I'm excited for space travel, intergalactic.
Dude, fucking I can't believe Virgin Mobile was able to make a spacecraft that would help people. Like, having that ambition.
That's super tight.
Oh, fuck, man. That, to me, that's great. Like, people that, well, they have money, so they could do whatever the fuck they want. But
dude, that flight was like $50,000 each.
Fuck.
Each seat. I remember when I saw that video of the Virgin Galactic, the first flight. I teared up watching it because I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my god!" That, and I was like, "Oh my god!" In my lifetime, there's gonna be fucking Star Wars. Fuck yeah! I'm gonna have my speed racer.
I think,
but it's exciting, dude. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how fast technology is advancing.
I don't think we're advancing as a country enough, though, because I feel like lately with the whole political correctness of Republicans and Democrats fighting all the time and all this stuff that's going on, I think it's taking away from the effort that we could do as a society together. Like, we have all these different like Instagram, YouTube, well, not to talk shit of what we're doing, but we're getting distracted with so many things that we're not actually sticking together. We're not having good ethics. It's preventing things from us moving forward. That's why I want to make sure like everybody's, I don't know, like I want everybody to get from this podcast to at least better yourselves, work together, be more willing to talk to people you never thought you would have.
I wouldn't agree with you completely, because I think not everybody.
What do you mean?
I think the majority of people are using it for, egotistical reasons, but there's also people sharing information that is actually helping a lot more people.
But it's not enough, Tony. Like, I want more people to put more effort, but I don't know. So that goes, what are you doing, Angel? Exactly. I have to put my effort.
What are you doing, Angel?
What am I doing?
We're doing this.
I volunteer at hospitals, so
at
clinics.
There you go.
I'm doing something, I guess.
If you ever need something removed out of your butt, Angel will help you.
I got you.
Angel will help you. Angel.
Fuck. That was a good one.
I didn't even. That was an accident though. Like, it was a slip.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, but what's Agartha?
I don't know.
Is it weird that a private company is beating a government company? No.
No. The government is meant to help control things. I don't believe it's meant to be like a how should I say, like a source of income.
And then
That's a bad way to put it.
Also during the buyouts where the government bailed out the banks.
And GM Motors too.
Yeah.
Obama did that. If anything, that was a little bit beneficial. They're meant to give aid and help control, mostly just control. So
So if the government didn't bail out the banks,
Mhm.
the whole economic system would have collapsed.
you guys could
Again.
talk all the shit you want, but the banks really do help. Unfortunately, of course, they're shady and stuff, and things do need to work out. Obviously, that's why we had to have podcasts. We had to have good, educated discussions, even though we talk shit all the time. But as long as you're willing to put the effort into
I've heard of
solving, what?
Oh no,
this-
Gartha.
yeah. Eating alone.
No, another thing too, when you like to go back to the you're talking about, a private company
Mhm.
being able to do something that the government doesn't. I think it's a good thing to have a
Yeah.
private company because that's, you're more focused on one thing. You have a sole purpose, focus. And then another thing too, Warren Buffett, he actually loaned the government like $30 billion or something.
That's crazy.
Actually, 30 billion. No, that's a lot of fucking money. Maybe, I
But
know.
either way,
he's worth billions. I know.
But he was able to give support, right?
Yeah, like he helped the government out. But to the Agartha thing, I don't know too much about it, but I've heard stories, myths, YouTube videos. I've gone down some deep rabbit holes where I'm just like, oh man, that's crazy. There's not enough evidence.
You can't get lost in that though, because then, like you said, it's a rabbit hole. You'll never get out of it.
Yeah, you know what really surprises me too is how all of a sudden the flat Earth thing popped up again. Like people, something that like historically was like, oh yeah, the Earth is flat. I mean, the Earth is round.
Mhm.
Now people are like, no,
no,
it's round. I mean, it's flat. So it's like,
I wonder.
What?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of trolls that are just like, yeah, it's flat, but it's amazing to believe that people are fucking dedicated to.
imagine it was a troll and it just caught so much like
Huh.
so much steam that they're like, fuck yeah.
That shit's funny. But if okay, oh no, never mind. But yeah,
The Earth's been flat. It happened because they named it.
yeah,
No.
that too. But there's people that hardcore believe that it's flat. Like, I don't know. This shit's way too intense. Fucking people.
You know what's I don't think it's flat because I remember seeing Saturn through a telescope.
Uh-huh.
Like
So you're able to see like the sphere form of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the fucking coolest thing ever. I was at Griffith Observatory and it was during a couple years ago when Saturn was at its closest and it was like a whatever. And I got on the big one and I saw it and I was like,
You got on the big what?
the big telescope.
Okay.
And it's just so like you see pictures online, you see videos, you see it in books, but to see it with your own eye, it's totally different. Like you look at it and you're like, and you could see the shadow of its moons on Saturn,
shit.
and you're like, oh my god, that's
Like this actually exists.
that's insane.
This
That's
is true.
crazy.
It's not CGI.
Yeah.
I think that's man. I'm glad that we have the internet because with that we're able to give out so much information and stuff like that and it educates people. Like imagine somebody that's never seen an image of Saturn
mhm.
goes to the Griffith Observatory and like, what the fuck, this exists?
Yeah.
Like I think it's great. But
You know what's something I do trip out on a lot is that the moon doesn't rotate. We always
Yeah.
just see one face.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh.
Dark
Why?
side of the-
One thing I heard too, they said that like, all right, so inside the moon, like one part of it is so dense with iron that it's like a magnet. Like it won't spin because it's locked onto one thing. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. But how do you know that? Like how did you
What
have you
made you
seen
give
inside-
that conclusion?
like how do you know it's mostly that? Like did you drill a big hole in there? How do you know it's mostly iron?
I know that they've gone moon rocks before when they went to the Apollo mission.
Mhm.
They brought back moon rocks. So I'm pretty sure they found some type of material to like confirm like, oh yeah, it has a lot of iron.
Mhm.
I know that the NASA makes a lot of telescopes that gives off a lot of different like radio waves or
And
whatever the fuck,
lasers where they bounce
and they're
back.
able to see shit like that. Like that's how we
Distance.
found out that there's fucking ice trapped underneath Mars, I think. Like there's water on Mars, like frozen ice water.
Yeah.
So if they're able to find that shit, obviously they're gonna find out that there's fucking iron like in the planet. But it's
And it-
crazy how people are able to be so creative and find out solutions to find
It's the
stuff like that.
Matrix.
Yeah,
I remember one of the craziest things I heard was
it's the aliens.
well, one of the craziest things I heard was that on Earth, for there to be life, so the moon is the same size as the sun, like the way we see it, distance wise. So we see the sun and it's like a whole. You look at the moon, although it's smaller, it's at the same distance to look the same size as the sun. But it's to reflect light at night or something. But that it was put there, that it wasn't supposed to be there. Conspiracy theories. There's no way to prove it. I don't know. But there's something I heard and I was like, huh.
My favorite
I tripped out.
is when somebody said, because we talk about like, oh, the moon is a like it used to be like a habitable planet.
The moon?
Supposedly, like it could have been because there's water on it, or they
Mhm.
found like worm prints on there.
Hmm.
And but one funny conspiracy that I read, it's like what happens if humans originated from the moon, but we
Mhm.
ran out of our resources, that they sent Adam and Eve, their last of their people, to Earth, and then that's how they repopulated Earth.
What was that movie? Red Planet or
I
Mission
can't-
to Mars? I forgot.
Dude, that movie was fucking
With the face,
terrifying.
right? The face on it on Mars.
Oh no, I think you're talking. Oh, it might be that one. Did it like change the people like to weird fucking crazy zombie killers or something?
Oh no, I want to see that
Because
one.
that one had Ice Cube in it. That shit was fucking intense. Like, that
Is it new?
Oh no, this shit was fucking old. Like, it was pretty old. But it's something related to Mars. Like, it was something along the titles that you mentioned. but-
Because there was this. All right, so Google face on Mars, and you'll find that there was a face on Mars. But in this movie, so they go to Mars to check it out, and it turns out it was like an alien thing, and they show the whole history of Earth. That Earth used to be like a planet, like just like Mars used to be a planet just like Earth, but we killed it. We destroyed it with greed and whatever, blah blah blah. We destroyed all the resources, and then they shot like a pod into the ocean here, and then the life formed from there. But I've also heard things that dolphins are aliens, but they live on Earth.
They're the only ones that could rape. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They have. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
They kill when they're sexually frustrated, dude. And they're smarter than we are. Think about it. They're like the only other living being that's smarter than us. That's crazy.
that we are aware of.
Dude, do you think that even though they're smart, like they're smarter than us, so do you think they're letting themselves be held captive?
I'm pretty sure it's because they have no choice. We could just fish them out of the water. So,
But I mean, if you're smarter, you must have like,
hey, I'm just letting you know right now. The Simpsons predicted it. All right.
yeah.
The Simpsons
Oh my
predicted it.
god! Remember dude, that episode was scary.
That shit was intense.
That wasn't even a like treehouse
It was-
horror.
It was.
It was?
It was.
Oh,
But either way, that shit was fucking terrifying.
suck it.
I think what happened to the Egyptians, the Romans came by and they killed them all.
Well, yeah.
Wasn't
So
it?
so Cleopatra,
Mhm.
she was during the same time because she ran off with Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
So they was around the same time. It's kind of crazy because you think it's like but if you look at a timeline, they were on the same time, and it's like
Yeah.
oh shit,
Yeah, the Romans came and they took over.
basically.
Is it
Look
crazy how the
into
moon-
pyramids and the power and their use. Ascension. Nathan, I taught Nathan how to meditate, so you guys learn about meditation, breathing, get into your heart, get out of your head, get into your heart, feel.
Oh, that's what it was. Thank you, by the way, for letting me know. I actually want to watch that film again. If you guys have the chance, I kind of recommend it. It's a really good horror film, I guess.
I think Ice Cube movie you were talking about was Ghosts of Mars.
Ghost of Mars. It was pretty.
Oh, shit.
Like if we're talking about Dead Space earlier, so if you guys like that vibe, it's similar to that.
Yeah?
Pretty much. It's
Then
really
fuck
it's,
that movie.
It's gruesome. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've also heard that theory too. Isn't it crazy how the moon came from Mars?
I think I don't know. Mars is a little bit too far away for that to be close to us. Well, then again, I wouldn't fucking
What?
know.
That the moon came from Mars.
Um,
But what are you saying Mars for?
the moon came from Mars.
From Earth.
Oh, then why'd you say Mars?
Oh, was I saying Mars?
Yeah, you were
Oh,
saying Mars.
my bad.
The moon coming from Earth, I think that's pretty amazing that we're still able to fucking make life out of that whole fucking catastrophic impact that created the moon. But
I always trip out too that like
the moon actually helps us because of the tidal waves. Like
Mhm.
that shit's fucking fantastic.
dude,
So-
imagine the moon was slight. Oh, okay. Think about this. The moon has an effect on water and how it ties. We're mostly water.
How
Oh,
would that affect us?
statistically, on full moons, that's when the most murders are.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Next time you're feeling really like sad or mad or like emotionally like check if it's a full moon.
That's a pretty interesting theory.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Because there's a lot of things that we are still discovering when it comes to materialistic things that we could see. Imagine if we're able to expand our perspective when it comes to things. Like, for example, the whole Tesseract bullshit. Like, that's something that we can't fully fathom as to how it's
From
created.
the movies,
What?
Tesseract,
It's a real thing. Kind
the
of.
4D, right?
Oh,
Four
yeah,
dimensions.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're beginning to expand our minds into, actually kind of considering like what higher power is there. Imagine what else goes beyond that shit. Like I think it's amazing knowing the fact that we could possibly be in a smaller
Dimension?
I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, like anything, you to observe. Okay, we're actually in 4D
it's crazy how
because in 4D you have to be able to be in 4 dimensions to observe 3
lower
dimensions.
things. But
You know,
because we're in the
we're-
lower field, we can't see the fucking.
We're
higher thing.
3D. That's why
Yeah.
we can perceive 2 dimensions. There's
Mm.
plain, just this way and this way.
Up,
But
down.
3D, we can go ooh. Just
Fuck.
like this.
I look forward to what we're capable of doing with 4D. I think that's where like flying machines would probably come. No, not really.
I wonder if it has any connection with virtual reality,
Really? Oh, okay. I think I understand.
because
what you're saying.
it technically is another dimension. Like,
But it still has the same characteristics that we have here: up, down, forward, back.
but you would be able to.
You could do a lot more, of course, obviously, when it comes to.
Oh, I saw something that really explained. Fuck! Did I save it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Talk a little bit. I'll see if I can find it. Ask a question,
Oh yeah, he was just talking. Oh, me ask a question.
or you guys ask a question, so Angel can talk about it while I look for this.
I'm not a very good
Uh,
conversationist, so.
Yeah,
bear
you
with
are.
me.
Technology. Oh, here it is. Okay, good. So this is a perfect description
Oh, yeah.
of 3D. So it's a 2D object. Or just check it out. There's just a laser. That would be the 2D plane with a 3D object. It's going through the visible line. So you only perceive the person in the middle, which looks like it's walking. But really it's just a whole bunch of things. So imagine you're in 4 dimensions and the laser is 3D. So the 3D spectrum. So you would see it as just that. Crazy.
It's dope. It's just great. But yeah, man,
Retracted. What did you retract?
he was asking questions about aliens, and then Matthew put like, "Oh, you already talked about that." And so
Oh.
he's like, "Oh shit,
Oh,
my
you
bad.
should have left it.
You should just left it. Fuck it.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no mistakes here.
Hey, don't filter yourself. Be real. Always.
Be real, always.
Always be real. Nah.
Unless you live in Russia, then no, you cannot.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna call it.
I think we had a good chat
It was
for
a,
today.
it was a great talk
Yeah.
today. How long did we go?
It was a little
Almost
bit-
2 hours.
I hope you guys had fun. Honestly, like I'm not sure if you guys are finding any joy in this, but we honestly do this just because it's entertaining and we have fun. We spend time with my best friend.
Yep.
We have other people that are willing to participate and
Mhm.
enjoy the topics that we have.
Thank
So,
you guys for
you.
participating and
This means a
joining us
lot.
every week.
Yeah, it really does.
actually, I'll ask it now. What do you guys want to hear next week, or what do you think we can do to improve the podcast?
If you guys want to interact with the whole podcast, by all means follow Anthony. He always posts questions as to what you guys would like to discuss or ideas.
And tell your friends about it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If you guys can,
Mhm.
I asked that. I want to make this thing bigger, grow. So
I just think like the more people that we have participating will give us more ideas as to what we could discuss and hopefully find a solution when it comes to like you never know. Like it's good to discuss, especially during an era where everybody's always fucking nagging at you like, no, you can't do this, you can't say that shit, because of reasons. Sometimes we just gotta kind of break away from that. Just be like, okay, well, let's have some little fun, and in the meantime, solving shit. So is that A1 Astral Gaming headset?
yeah, it's the boys.
Mm.
But yeah, cool guys. So
thanks for
about
being
this
part
pod-
of this. These
low
podcasts
key,
are
these
super-
podcasts are super interesting.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Thanks. We try our best to make it entertaining by jokes and shit. So,
But yeah, just I don't know.
if anything, the next time I come, I'll be in my cosplay with my Pikachu stuff. So,
Oh,
we'll
God.
see how that goes. A gift for you guys. No, just joking. We have to wait till next podcast.
Have you seen Bird Box?
I did. I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. I liked the film. It was interesting.
I only saw that meme.
Dude,
So what's the
oh
premise?
my
Like
God, like that shit was fucking great. I was thinking about H.P. Lovecraft when I was watching that film. But Cthulhu, because
the Call of Cthulhu.
yeah, like that shit was amazing. Like, how should I explain it? Like being able to see a higher power that you cannot, like the whole fucking like the Tesseract thing. It's that like
Is that what the movie's about?
No, it's not about the whole Tesseract thing. It's just like that. It was the idea was like this was like an Armageddon type of thing that
Mhm.
humankind was gonna just perish because of I have no fucking idea why, but just the idea to see like a higher power that you are unable to comprehend the power and magnitude of how strong this thing is. Like you just completely your brain can't handle it. You just shut down.
Oh,
That's-
is that why people were going crazy?
That's why people were going crazy, and well, kind of. I'm pretty sure there's more to this story, like spiritual and shit like that. But when I saw the film, it reminded me of H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu. And in that book, it tells me like the only people that are able to see these images, these creatures, are people that were able to expand their mind of creativity,
higher
'Cause-
consciousness.
Yeah, because if you're a square and you only stick to science and math, you're never gonna see this. That's why, in my opinion, in the film, the people that would kill themselves were the strict people.
That's
Sorry. The people that were able to see these creatures and were trying to get other people to see these monsters, to my mind, they were obviously crazy, but they were able to expand their mind and willing to see these creatures.
Yeah.
And that's why they were fucking cuckoo, because they didn't know how to control this shit. So
I remember hearing this. Fuck, who was it? They were talking about aliens and like what
that's what it was.
they were talking about aliens and they're like, why haven't aliens like come down to Earth?
Mhm.
And it's like it's honestly because you guys aren't ready. That if we were to manifest ourselves, that our vibration.
What the fuck? Logan Paul is going gay for him?
What the fuck?
What?
Hold on.
Wait, we'll get back to
We'll
that.
get back to
right
that. So what they're saying is so that aliens haven't presented themselves, or if they do, it's very select people, but because they're at such a higher vibration that it forces you to level up. But what that means is you have to be at a higher up level and you have to confront all these fears. So it's kind of basically what you just said. In order to see them, all these fears come up because you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you had to.
But that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I have H.P. Lovecraft just in case you want to read it.
What is it? Oh, it's a book.
It's an artist. I mean, artist. It's a author. He does a lot of short stories. They're just fucking amazing. I think you would like it. Yeah, about this whole Logan Paul thing, I have no idea.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
But alrighty, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Go to
about-
sleep.
yeah.
It is 11:33, and you
Oh
have.
shit! That's fucking
Are your
crazy.
teachers coming to school tomorrow? I don't know. I hope that's all resolved. But learn something new every day and do something good for somebody else tomorrow. Randomly. Don't do it like, hey, I did this, so you gotta do this for me. Just I challenge you to just do something nice for somebody else for no reason.
If anything, the
You'll
people
feel better.
that are participating in this podcast right now, Going to along with Tony was saying on next podcast, I would like for you guys to tell me something productive that you did towards your goal. Like for example, Nathan, you talked about Twitch, right? And you solved that issue and how to
That's
broadcast.
Derek.
Oh, Derek, my bad. So sorry about that. I would like to hear another goal that you guys were able to accomplish on next podcast. It will be really cool to see what else you guys are doing, especially in the beginning of the new year. I want to see you guys progress.
So two things. Do something nice for somebody. Try to do it once a day, even if it's a small thing, but do something nice or thoughtful for somebody else for no reason, where they can't pay you back ever. It's just, hey, you're just giving. And two, think of a goal and do something to accomplish it, and then tell us about it next week. We'd love to hear about it.
I want to hear you guys improve, man. All right, sorry.
And then tell your friends to join us. So
the more people we have, the better discussions we'll have and different opinions, and hopefully we create something great. So
and remember to wipe front back. Okay, bye. And boys, clean up your room.
Butt plugs.